Namaste and welcome to the Essence of Knowledge weekly meeting. This meeting is a part of the Essence of Knowledge program, which is a complete program for the seekers of the path of knowledge. It is available for free online on gyanmarg.guru. In this meeting, I try to answer your questions, clear your doubts, help in the verification and practices, and other things like purification and all. This meeting is available only for the participants of the Essence of Knowledge program, those who have completed step number 2. So all questions are most welcome. You can type them in the window. Neelam is saying, when the daily life keeps you busy or there are too much happenings, then the mind craves to be alone in some peaceful place away from the noise and also longs to listen to some spiritual discourse. Is this also some sort of attachment to the peaceful state or the guru? Short answer first, if it is done in extreme, it is not good. And another short answer, balance is the key. Without labeling it as attachment or detachment or whatever. This is human nature. If there is too much activity, sometimes we want some kind of peaceful time also. And when there is too much peaceful time, it becomes boring. Then we want a little bit of activity, entertainment and challenges, adventure. So nothing wrong is happening to you. So I don't think we can call it attachment of some kind. It is very, very natural. How can you achieve this balance? Observe your life, daily life. Are there unnecessary activities that take up your time, too much time, whether it is work, job, people, whatever, and try to reduce them a little bit. At least get rid of something which is totally unnecessary. And then you will get enough time to be alone in peaceful place and kind of retreat. And the other thing is also true that if you are spending all your time away from the world, away from your duties, you're ignoring your worldly life, then that is also not good. Balance is the key. So find out what is getting imbalanced. Try to balance it somehow. So I think in your daily life, do whatever is necessary. And when that is done, you can go out somewhere in a peaceful place, stay there for a week, take enough rest, take holidays off and spend them in spiritual work, whatever work you like to do, reading, listening, satsang. So nothing wrong here. Balance is the key. Bhupen is saying, path of knowledge says that the experience and the experiencer are coexisting. Imagining one without the other has no meaning. Now, if I am not wrong and my perception is correct, then does the dissolution state of mind is a myth? Actually, it is not a myth, but it is illusion. There is a difference between myth and illusion, because illusion can be witnessed directly. Some knowledge of it can be taken, but myth means it will never happen. It is a story. So what is the dissolved state of mind? What is that? Even if it is illusion, anything can happen in the illusion, isn't it? This is our direct experience. Anything is possible here. So why not? Dissolved state of mind, why not? It is possible. When will that happen? When the storage in that memory is completely exhausted. It is wiped out. When will it happen? That nobody knows. How to do it? Nobody knows. It is a natural process. What is mind? It is an accumulation of experiences. It is a memory only. Throughout many lifetimes, it keeps accumulating these experiences. It starts from a completely dissolved state actually. And it does this play of taking forms, accumulating experiences, and nobody knows for how long this will happen. Keeps happening. It actually is a theory. So ultimately, because everything is impermanent, it also goes away. The wave arises from the ocean and then dissolves back in the ocean, and it will happen naturally. This is called a spiritual evolution, that it goes through all these forms and then finally it is dissolved. Yes, it is not a myth actually. this will happen to everybody. That is one way of explaining it. Second way is it is already dissolved. Since it is already an illusion, from the non-dual perspective, there is only potential, nothing else. Whatever forms are seen are illusory. They are not really there. They appear. So the wave arises but remains water. So the emptiness takes forms but it remains emptiness. It is already dissolved. Nothing needs to be done to dissolve it. That is the second point of view. And the third point of view is also there, that it is not your mind. Is it yours? There is only universal mind, which is whatever is appearing, whatever we are calling as experience. Only that is there. It is not mine, and it is not somebody's, and it is not separate from the existence. So whatever changes happen there, they mean nothing really, because countless other waves are in the ocean. So it never really dissolves. One local part of it can become almost imperceptible, almost invisible. It mixes with whatever is around it. You cannot distinguish it. But there are countless such waves, such structures in the universal mind. So that is third way of seeing it. There are many interpretations. So I don't know why you brought up the experience and the experiencer, how it is related to the dissolution of the mind, because neither experience goes away nor the experiencer. The mind can go away, yes. Why? Because the mind is an experience, which is an event actually. Events come and go, but another event starts because it is impermanent. So coming and going never stops. That is the whole experience. But the events, they keep happening. So nothing will go away. Even if you can say, look, this mind here is dissolved and the whole is already there as whole. Some event of dissolution has happened. Then there are some theories that whole of the universal mind can be destroyed, can be dissolved. So you must now here bring the concept of time, because it will take time for the dissolution to happen and the new creation to begin. But since the existence is timeless, the experience is timeless, the experiencer is timeless, and nothing really happens in time. So it can appear, yes, why not, that the whole universal mind is gone. But that simply means that it is another illusion. It is not really gone. It appears like this, nothing is there. And then it comes back instantly because nothing ever went away. So Bhupen is saying it's because if mind dissolves, then the body won't be there and only the experiencer will be there, which should not be happening. You see, the body and mind are same thing. Body is not separate, mind is not separate from the non-dual perspective, or you can say idealist philosophy, and the body is not physical. It is another appearance. Mind, another appearance. So they are not two. Body and mind are one structure. And yes, they are layers in the one structure. So they keep changing and they keep appearing, disappearing like this. So it does not matter if the body is not there. Something is there always. You are saying that only the experiencer will be there because the body is gone, mind is dissolved. It is there with the body, without the body, with the mind, without the mind. It never goes away. It is always there. And the experience is also always there. And these layers, they keep changing, and the experiencer is the witness of all these changes. And the dissolution is not universal dissolution. It is simply some event that happens, that appears to happen. That's all there is. There will never be a time, a moment in the existence where everything disappears and only the experiencer remains. That is not a possibility, because it will always be found with experience, with something which is changing. So you can call it body, you can call it mind, that something which is changing will always remain. You can assume that the body is one part of it or mind is another part of it. Yes, they can come and go, but the whole will always remain. The whole experience will always remain. So try to contemplate on these things. Dissolution of mind does not mean the dissolution of the whole experience, which is existence itself, the illusory nature of the existence. It does not mean that. And the relation between the mind and body, find out. It is not separate. They are all appearances. The experience is of one kind. That was actually told in your program. Division of body and mind is not correct. And the belief that only experiencer will remain is also not correct. Like you said, it should not be happening. So dissolution does not mean dissolution of the changing part of the existence. No. It means some event where some kind of memory disappears for some time. I'll tell you the secret now, the secret part of the story. What happens to the dissolved mind? Actually, it is given as one of the layers in our model of the illusion. You can watch that series of videos on vibronics where all the layers are given, told, explained. What happens to the contents of the memory? And the secret is they are not destroyed. They are spread in the whole universal mind. You can take the example of the body. Then when the body dies, what happens to the matter of the body? If you bury the body, it becomes part of the whole earth. It becomes dirt. And then the same matter, same molecules appear in other organisms. Plants, trees, grass, air, water. If you burn the body, yes, same thing. They become part of the environment, whole. They become part of the whole. Only thing is that you cannot distinguish it. The form is lost, but the content is still there. Matter is still there. Same way, the matter of the mind is memory. Contents of the memory are redistributed in the whole. Nothing ever goes away. And the same content then continues to reappear. However, this time you cannot distinguish whose memory it is. As long as there is a structure, which we call the causal body, there is an individuality in it because it is still held together. You can easily say it is mine, it is my memory, it is my causal body. You can say like this, although it is nobody's. But that has a potential to reappear in a specific form, which can be identified with the causal body. However, in the dissolved state, this identification will not be there. It has distributed itself in the whole, and the seeds, they sprout again. So nothing dissolves. This is the secret. It is not totally wrong to say dissolved mind, but you should understand the meaning of what it means. It does not mean disappearance of the illusion. Never happens. It is another story of the illusion, another state of the illusion. That's all. Because there is no time, it is already present, dissolved and dissolved, manifested and unmanifested. Everything is already present at this time, right now. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing will happen. Nothing has happened. This is your non-dual state. Everything that you think about it is your ignorance. Neelam is saying there is no time in the existence. So does it mean that all the so-called past, present, and future lives of the organism are an illusion appearing at one time in this moment? When you say no time, the explanation of what is happening is totally illogical after that, because nothing is happening. So are these all lives present now? We cannot say like this. It will not be logical. All that is present right now is a potential, infinite possibility. Without invoking time, without bringing the time in our discussion, only this much can be said. Are they past? Are they future? Are they present? No, don't bring the time now, because you said there is no time. And then you cannot talk about past, future, present. And you cannot talk about one time, moment. Because if there is no time, there is no moment of time also. It is eternal presence. The word eternal does not point to time. Everybody should know this. The word eternal means without time. When I say eternal, existence is eternal, I am eternal, that means the concept of time is not applicable, which you already know that time is a concept. It is a useful idea which is useful in day-to-day life. So when you remove it, you should remove all the words that point to this concept, including past, present, future, moment, one time, this time, that time, present time, no time. So whatever this organism is, whatever kind of appearance is actually only a potential, and that is eternally present. Eternally means without time. I know this will be very difficult to understand because the mind, our intellect, understands only time. The mind is nothing but time. The intellect operates only in time. So all you can do is realize there is no time and stop thinking about it. Surrender the intellect here. Because whatever you will think after this will be wrong. So we go back in the silence. Once we realize no time, there is nothing to say now. Nothing to say about the organism. There is no organism also. It is pure potential now. Eternal potential. Not only one organism, there is infinity of organisms and non-organisms and everything. You cannot take it out of the infinite potential now as soon as you say no time and existence. So where is the organism now? Like you said, it is appearing as an illusion in the time. And then the mind constructs from the memory, past, present and future. Actually, it is still not there. There is no organism. Right now also, you are Brahman, not this organism, isn't it? It is appearing. And the mind then imposes some kind of history on it. Then it says the current experience is the present. And then it projects some imaginary future. So remember, right now also there is no past, present and future. It is mind created. And right now also there is no organism. It is mind created. Right now also there is no time. So nothing more can be said. At least I cannot say anything more about it. As soon as you start imposing things, as soon as you start to join the dots in the no time to the time, from the potential to the illusion, then nothing will make sense. It is not meaningful. That is why we never mix the levels of knowledge. In non-dual, let there be existence, let there be no time, let there be infinite potential, let the experience and the experiencer merge. They are not separate now. Let that be like this. And when you want to talk about the organism, take 2 steps down. From non-dual, come to dual, where there is only experience and experiencer. Yes, something is manifested and existence is witnessing it itself. That which is manifested is itself. But it is still not organism. You need to come down in the illusion. Look what is being manifested. You will find a limited experience there, which is happening through this organism, human being. Now you can talk about past, present and future. Remember, the past, present and future are double illusion. They are not apparent. They are concepts, ideas in the mind, projections in the mind. So 4 level down is the past. From the ultimate reality to the time called past, memory called past. It is so removed from what you are. And what is an average person's view of themselves? I am that who was born. I am that to whom these events happened. I got educated. I got married. I have these many children. I got this job. His whole notion of himself or herself is the past. Isn't it? If you remove your past, that means you remove your memories. Who are you? Even an average person will say, I'm not there now. So the whole identity is derived from what happened in the past. Fact is, that thing, past, is 4 times removed from the truth. 4 layers down, like an onion. And there are more layers. Something good happened to me in the past. See, past is as good as it is, isn't it? Some good and bad is projected on it. Something beautiful happened in my past. Something bad happened in my past. My life was not good. What does that mean? Not only there is this ignorance that it is my life and it is in past, and there is ignorance that it was not good. So another layer added of good and bad, of happiness and suffering, of achievement and failure. So how many layers down are you living? Not you, I mean an average person right now. Uncountable, isn't it? We have left some layers there because there are layers above the human. Like I said, causal body, and so there are so many bodies. We have ignored them. But if you count them also, how many layers down are we right now in this illusion? Depending on our ignorance, probably hundreds of layers. There is an article on my blog, it's called Layers of Ignorance, that goes into a lot of detail. How much ignorance we have collected, and it is also layered. The good news is, just like one lamp dispels the darkness which was there since many years, the light of knowledge dispels all these layers of ignorance at once, immediately. You light the lamp and the darkness was there since 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, who knows, in that room. Nobody came to that room. Nobody entered that room. But as soon as the lamp is lit, gone. The whole darkness is gone. Same way. As soon as you know who you are, the whole illusion is gone. That is why we are lucky, isn't it? Imagine if you had to remove one layer after the other. There are some paths that go like this. They are called progressive paths. And it will take probably countless lifetimes to get a glimpse of what I am. But the path of knowledge is so direct. It takes you directly to who you are, directly to the truth. And then we don't worry about what is buried in the layers. It is illusory, isn't it? It does not matter how many layers are there. They are all illusory. Like a house of cards. You pull the bottommost card, everything falls down. So you hit on the root, who am I? And everything falls down. Amazing. You will find that this illusion comes back. It is its tendency. It will tell you, the Maya will tell you, you are not the experiencer. You are not the existence. These are all stories. You are a human. Your life is imbalanced. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to practice like this. You need to dissolve your mind. These are all attempts of the illusion to cover up the knowledge. That is why you need practice, awareness practice. Every time you become aware of what is happening in your mind, what kind of thoughts are coming, come back in knowledge, back to the truth. And once you are here, once you are in awareness, you will find all these questions, they look meaningless. It looks like a play of the mind. It is playing in the concepts. It is trying to find something in the concepts, ideas in all these layers, onion-like layers of the illusion. And that is okay, because that is the nature of the mind. It plays in the illusion. It itself is illusion. So let it play and add awareness in it. Remember, awareness is also activity of the mind. It is nothing special. Simply, it is coming out of these layers. It is the activity that pulls you out of the illusion. And then it again goes away, but bring it back. You resolve to do that. You decide to remember. Remembrance. So the illusion is not gone, but it is uncovered. Like if you are watching a movie in darkness, you sometimes get lost in the movie. Somebody turns on the light and you realize it is a movie. It is false. So many things happened in the movie. They were all false. But the movie keeps playing. It is a little bit faded because of the light. It does not affect you that much. But the movie will not stop. Same way, the light of awareness will dispel the ignorance. However, the illusion remains. Remember, the illusion is also me. It will never go away. No matter what you do, no matter which practice you do, all these practices are illusion. They are part of the illusion. So the best practice and the highest practice is to come out of the illusion, which is possible only through awareness. For a moment, it will remove the complete poison of ignorance. It will not stop the illusion. It will make you rise above it. And if you keep doing it, remember, that is also a practice. Then you can say, I am above the illusion. However, as you know, this is all temporary. This organism will be gone. The one who practices will be gone. The mind, the memory with the knowledge will be gone. It will be dissolved. But you will remain. That is the good news, isn't it? If you are still identified with these things that come and go, then the whole practice failed. That means the practice also did not happen properly. So come back in awareness, disidentify, stay in this bliss of what you are. You are eternal, timeless. Let the mind play. Let the illusion happen. Do not try to fix it. Do not try to change it. It is perfect. And that is what the path of knowledge will give you. If you can call it achievement, that is what it is. It is not something grand, because there is nothing to achieve, isn't it? You are the whole, you are complete, you are eternal, you are timeless, you are pure. What has happened is you are still identifying with something which comes and goes, and that produces all these thoughts, that produces some kind of desire to fix something which we need not fix, especially after knowledge, and that produces all kinds of questions. I'm not saying don't ask questions. You should ask because you are new. Ultimately, it will stop happening and the most natural state will be achieved, which is awareness. Always remember that path of knowledge will not give you anything. You will not achieve anything here. Always remember this thing. And is it bad thing? No, it is complete freedom because you don't need to do any kind of donkey work to get something. Even if you achieve something, it will be an illusion and it will be temporary, impermanent, meaningless. However, at the level of illusion, which is your day-to-day life, you should do whatever is necessary, isn't it? Play in the illusion, fully knowing it is illusion. Fix something if you want to fix it. Do something if you like to do it. If something is imbalanced, make it balanced. It is not a problem. The problem is assuming that I am doing something worthwhile. It is worthless. Accept this. But it is worthwhile for this organism, isn't it? The organism thinks that, or the human being, body, mind, machine thinks that I need to do this. Okay, perfect. The only problem is thinking that I am doing it. It is my desire. That is the problem. Who is doing the awareness practice? Nobody, isn't it? Nobody. That will be completion of the awareness practice. If you bring this thought in the awareness practice that there is no I, there is only awareness. The word I is meaningless there. It is placeholder only, points to the experiencer. That's all there is. So that completes the awareness practice also. Do not get attached to this practice that I am doing it. I need to be aware. That is again some kind of identification. In the end, nothing is achieved. So this brings peace, actually. Not the practice, not the knowledge. Because as you know, there is no knowledge on the path of knowledge. There is only clearing of ignorance, clearing of dirt. When there is ultimately nothing to do, even when this organism is doing something, that is real peace. That is real bliss. Thank you everybody for attending today's satsang. Continue in your program and I'll see you next time in the next meeting. Namaste.